Hello guys, welcome to another session of Hypercity Review. As you all know, the Assin North Constituency by-election is over and Gyakye Kwesi has been elected as the winner once again by the people. Prior to that, his win in 2020 had already been nullified by the Supreme Court and he had been ejected from Parliament due to some allegations based on dual citizenship. While he's still on trial for the said case, the NDC went ahead to still nominate him to contest for the Assin North constituency seat. He won by 17,245 votes, which constitutes 57.56% of the total votes cast. His direct opponent of the NPP goes by the name of Charles Opoku, who won by 42.56%, and the independent candidate got the rest. With a voter turnout of about 74.23%, would we say that this particular by-election was very peaceful as compared to the others, for example, the Ayawaso West Wogon own? Or based on what we saw on social media and the general media at large, I would say that maybe it was peaceful. However, just like any kind of by-elections in this country, there will be a little bit of petty fighting, people accusing each other of vote buying and whatnot. In this video, we are going to look at certain circumstances that happened in the Assin North constituency by-elections, and we'll try and review all those things to better well understand the situation at hand. If you've made it this far, please make sure to like, subscribe and share because I have a lot of content waiting for you. Okay, so the first thing that I would like for us to have a discussion about is what next for Gyakye Kwesi as he has retained his seat as the Assin North constituency MP. I say this because one, he already has a case in court of which the final verdict hasn't been met yet. The second one pertains to whatever it is the president said about him prior to the election. Let's take a look at that video and we come back to review the rest.
Assin North MP say, Assin North MP say, ya go bi ama ba yeduma na o de fiase o be bi ama ba yeduma bi bisamo o de fiase o ba bi tumi ama ba yeduma e da juma na o tumi aye wo president na sa na ama no e be say NDC for e penisa mesramo ma mo nye sanfo so no bio mo pa obia oba ba ye adwuma the appeal court, or Supreme Court, or High Court.
Now, based on the video that I showed prior to this by-election, does that mean that the president already knows the verdict to the case at hand? Because yeah, based on what he said, one could say that the president, who belongs to the executive arm of government, actually knows what the Supreme Court is going to decide as pertaining to this case. But I think and I know that the Supreme Court will make the right decisions. If he flouted any law, then the right punishments should be given to him. If he didn't, I know that they will make the right decision. The second issue I would like us to review is that, do you think that this by-election, the fact that NDC is winning, actually reflects a true nature of what is to happen in 2024? Well, I guess this is a question for you to answer. But I think that this is a reality check for NPP. If they don't buckle up their shoes, well, 2024 is going to be a disaster for them. By disaster, I mean that Ghanaians are being more discerning in making the right decisions and choices as pertaining to who they want as their leader. As the by-elections was going on, I tuned into many TV channels, interviewing political analysts. And it seems like they all were saying one thing, that this NPP government have underestimated voters so much that sometimes they feel very lackadaisical to even go on campaigns. So if NPP wants to win the 2024 elections, this is the time for them to wake up. They should go back to their strongholds and know whatever it is worrying them so that they can solve the issues at hand. Because listen, Ghanaians are no fools. We are just slow to anger and very, very patient. But we know what BS is when we see it, but we just don't call it out. This government, in my personal opinion, has taken the power of the voter for granted. And that is why even when the elections was about to go on, the Assin North constituency saw a lot of development in that short period. This is why some people even suggested that if we want to see real development or change in our country, we should just have elections annually or even 2 years apart. I don't know if the youths that has been following you, politicians, don't tell you the truth, but I'm telling you, especially the NPP, you guys are being very, very lazy. I'm telling you, you guys are being very, very lazy. The police supervise a generally peaceful elections. However, I will want us to take a look at these 2 videos so that we come back and we analyze or we review how stupid some of us can be. The reason why I made use of the word stupid was because you could clearly see that the people in the first video were fighting for the people in the second video. What I'm saying is this: if we don't stand and unite against these politicians or these leaders, they are not, and I repeat, they are not going to cater our needs when we demand it from them. As a people, we can always debate about how we should move forward as a country, but fighting for these politicians who don't really care about us is something that we need to check upon ourselves. The average politician doesn't really care about you to be fighting your fellow man over. The other day I had a conversation with my friend and he told me that, look, the politicians that we are fighting over, after whatever it is they do on TV, they fight, they debate and do all those things, they go to somewhere at East Legon, they buy fufu together and eat. Do not fight with your fellow brother just because you have different political opinions. Let us be good citizens if we want to ask more from our politicians. In every election that we have in this country, there is always someone accusing another person of vote buying. NPP will always accuse NDC of buying votes. NDC will always accuse the NPP of buying votes. I think we are tired of these 2 political parties. But what I would tell the people of Ghana is this: for me, I think that if any kind of political party is trying to give you money, be it 200 Ghana cedis or 100 Ghana cedis, I will not tell you to take that money. But what I would say is that even if you take that money, you should make the right decision. And this is evident in what we saw in the by-elections that was held yesterday. A couple of people said that one party decided to give them 200 Ghana cedis, 100 Ghana cedis and whatnot, but they decided to vote against them. These videos are evidence of that incident.
We are saying same for Lord as it became. Numbers is and this Baba put the up on him. And I remember president. General police got no pepper and the police don't work. I have a listen and anything as a condolences with you got an extra on. That's it. I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, you know, for Indonesia, sorry, but I'm going to go with yeah, look at those. You couldn't mean it. Where do you want to be done?
I begin to ask myself, what is really the essence of vote buying? Is it some form of way that political parties use in order to get votes to escape their incompetence? Because I think that the Ghanaian populace in general are being very discerning in recent times. Because when you take a look at some swing constituencies, like even the one in Adenta, if you're not performing, they just vote you out. And it's just as simple as that. But then again, I want to ask these political parties of accusing each other each and every time of vote buying. Is this going to be a regular anthem of MPP accusing NDC and the NDC also accusing MPP of vote buying, or it is just a political gimmick that you people use in order to fulfill your false sense of self-righteousness? Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. And so I tell all our politicians and people who are being given the power of this nation to make this country a better place for us. We beg you, please do as expected of you. These days I feel very sad for this country. At some point in time I feel like there's hope, and at some point also I feel like there's absolutely no hope because our leaders are the same. Let us not follow them blindly because they can lead us astray. This is all I have for you guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe and share because I have a lot of content coming up your way. Until then, it's goodbye. Take care of yourself and don't follow these politicians blindly.